All right, joining us today on Pirate Radio Live, East Carolina great, Justin Hardy. Joining us, courtesy of Social House Vodka. He's got his own official vodka, J-Rock Limited Edition. You can find it, socialhousevodka.com. Justin, how you doing today, man?
Pretty good. How you doing?
Hey, doing good, doing good. A lot of sports overlapping right now. Just got done with football season, but East Carolina baseball season getting underway this weekend. Pirate basketball winning on the road at Charlotte, and there's always football going on. I know you said you were training for your next CFL season, but real quick on baseball, I feel like we've talked about this before, but refresh my memory. So Sean Armstrong has had a great career in Major League Baseball. Is it true y'all played baseball together growing up in Craven County?
We did. We definitely did. Started out playing All Star together, and then as time went on, playing in school together, and we ended up going to East Carolina together. Well, he's a couple years ahead of me, but ended up going East Carolina. So definitely the connection is there.
That's cool. And he's a pitcher, obviously. Did you catch him? You were the catcher?
I don't think I was catching at the time when Sean was
Okay.
pitching, but he was definitely throwing it back then, as he is now.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. And a nice lineage of athletes from Craven County. Back when I was a kid, Justin, I thought the coolest thing in the world was a guy named Lee Beckton going from Craven County to Notre Dame. Did you hear that name when you were growing up?
He actually went to West Craven.
Yeah.
Went to the same high school. So definitely heard his name a lot growing up.
And of course, Pierre Bell, a little older than you, but man, a lot of good athletes from that way, and that's got to make you feel good. Kind of a small community, but man, produced a lot of good athletes out of there, including yourself.
For sure, it definitely makes me feels good. Seeing the guys that was before me and come after me. It's all been great to see.
So let's talk about other sports, Justin. Before you became the football player you were, what all did you play growing up?
Growing up, I played baseball, basketball, and football.
And football, I'm going to assume was your best sport. Were you good at hoops? Were you good at baseball?
Actually, my probably the best sport I was at was baseball.
Really?
Yeah.
What position did you play?
Uh, when I started out, I played pitcher, catcher, shortstop, and then as I got older, I transitioned to shortstop, third base, to
Man.
outfield.
So why did you decide on football rather than baseball?
I had to pick and choose. I was playing too many sports at the time, so I really had
Yeah.
to focus in on what I wanted to do. And when I got into high school, I just started playing. Well, after my sophomore year, I started playing basketball and football, and picked up track, which is during baseball season. So I feel like it would help me uh, as my career goes along to do track.
How many times did the baseball coach out there say, Justin, you sure, man? You sure you don't want to play?
All the time. I still hear it to this day.
We talked to Rajay Harris every week, just finished his great Pirate career as a running back, and he credits track for how good of a football player he was, how good of an athlete he was, how kind of motivated and I guess disciplined he was as well. And actually said he wished he'd have stuck with track a little longer. But how did that help you once you got to East Carolina on the football field?
It definitely helped me out a lot. It takes it's a lot of detail in doing track. I was a jumper, so I did long jump, triple jump, and what was it? Long jump, triple jump, and high jump. So it's really detailed in steps when you're doing those events. So it definitely helped me to detail my craft on the football field as well.
Justin, we've talked about your recruitment a lot and how Donnie Kirkpatrick gets a little bit of credit, but more so he called it luck. He kind of lucked in to find an old Justin Hardy and get him to East Carolina. But you were a late signee here. In fact, you were going to go to another school, right?
Yes, I was. I had signed to go to Fayetteville State. Got out of my national letter of intent and was able to walk on at ECU.
Yeah. And how was the relationship with Donnie Kirkpatrick early on?
Man, it was great. Sat me down and let me know exactly what my role was. When I first came in, I redshirted. We had Dwayne Harris there, so me playing wasn't really a thing. Dwayne was doing his thing at the time, so being able to just be a sponge and soak up the knowledge that I could, watching him play and watching the other guys play, it just helped me to further my career and when I got to actually playing.
Yeah, and it's man, that's a great story to tell kids today. Like, hey, Justin Hardy redshirted. If a guy that eventually went on to break the record for most catches in football redshirted, you can do it too. But you got to have some patience and some trust to do that, Justin. And we talked about how humble you are, obviously. But did you learn a lot that year, kind of from the sidelines? I guess what running some scout team and stuff.
Oh, I definitely did. You know, when I came into college, I was probably about 155 pounds. So being able to redshirt, get my weight up a little bit, be able to actually know what it means to be a college athlete, a student athlete at that, it kind of definitely helped me to set myself up for success as my college career went along.
Started the connection with you and Carden, I would imagine too, right?
Definitely, we was on the scout team together. You know, playing all positions. Really, you know, doing whatever we could to help the team win that week. You know, sometimes I was playing quarterback when I first came in. He was playing tight end, running back. So, whatever it was, but the connection really started, you know, for us our freshman year. We was doing a lot of scout team, and on Thursday night we used to do the Thursday night under the lights, and that's basically when we'll pretty much go against our defense and pretty much show what we can do.
We have your old teammate Bryce Williams on every Tuesday, and I said, "Hey, you got a question? I can ask Justin." And he said, "Old Jardy," and he didn't come up with the question, but it's funny. And we joke he's not mad at you, Justin, but he, with the way this offense was kind of behind you at the same position rather than tight end most of the time. So all those targets you got, a few of them could have gone to Bryce, and he said you just wouldn't get off the field. Like your conditioning, like you just would never get off, so he couldn't get any action.
Yeah, my bad, Bryce. You know, Bryce was a great was a great talent. You know, coming in, definitely, he had a lot of skill set. But when he did get in, you know, it definitely showed that he could play this game.
Man, y'all had some weapons. That was a really fun offense to watch here at East Carolina. Justin, we got some questions from the listeners. We'll call these the Social House Vodka social media questions.
Okay.
Let's start with let's see. Well, Chad's got a college and a CFL question. What's your most memorable moment at East Carolina?
Hmm. That's a good question. It's a lot.
You
It's a
had a lot of
lot.
moments. Yeah.
It's a lot. Probably if I had to say, my probably favorite moment is probably the year when we had put up, when we had beat NC State and Carolina, and we put up the points that we put up. So I'll probably say that.
I'll say this. So, like, there's a million Justin Hardy catches and touchdowns and all that. But one moment that comes up a lot with fans is the block you laid. Was it in Chapel Hill where you decleated the guy?
In Chapel Hill when Shane got the first down.
Yeah. People bring up that play a lot and that highlight. That's one they like. How about your favorite NFL moment, memorable, Justin?
Probably the year we went to the Super Bowl. You know, that whole year was exciting. You know, that was the last year that Georgia Dome was up. So just being able to experience that, all the years that it's been up, being able to do that and go to the Super Bowl, even though we lost, it was a great experience to do.
Yeah.
To have.
Couple of questions from Pirate Treasure. Toughest CFL road environment. Is there a road environment that reminds you of your college NFL days at all?
Um, yeah, yeah, you can say that. Montreal is definitely a good game. You know, they have a good showing for their games. I'm trying to think of another one. That's East. Probably out west, Winnipeg, SAS. They usually draw in a good crowd. So I would say those places.
All right. Steve asking, with all your levels of football, the toughest man to man corner that you faced. A few names come off the top of your head there.
Man to man corners. I really don't get them too often, to be honest. Some great DBs for sure, but as far as like man to man DBs, that's a tough question to answer.
When
I
you,
played against. Go ahead.
I was gonna say, when you were in the NFL, who's the guy that y'all like looked at the film like, okay, this guy can cover? Like, who are those guys?
Man, just think about in our conference, we had uh, Marshawn Lattimore. He was young, but he was a good corner, still is. Norman when he was in Carolina, Pat Pete. I know I went against him a couple times.
Yeah.
Man, some great guys for sure.
Yeah. Best of the best right there. Interesting one from Jamie. He says, do you collect any of your old cards, NFL cards? He said, I'm pretty confident I have the largest Justin Hardy collection of cards. Like, does your mom or your family or yourself have any of your cards?
I have a few, but as far as like collecting, I would probably say no. I don't really collect too many, but during my signings of the cards that I had, I get a couple here and there, so
Yeah.
it's a decent collection.
I'll see what Jamie's got. Maybe he can send you some cool ones that he's got. So when you were growing up, Justin, like, did you have, if you had a poster on your wall or a card, like, who were your favorite athletes when you were a kid that you liked?
And growing up was Ken Griffey Jr., Michael Jordan, Kobe Bryant, Sammy Sosa, Mark McGuire. Those are my the top
Yeah,
athletes for
you
me.
were a baseball guy. Yeah, that's
Yeah,
interesting. Justin Hardy joining us. Social House Vodka. You can get the J Rock Limited Edition. Visit socialhousevodka.com. We talked about it last week. Justin, you said you weren't much of a vodka guy, but now you are with this smooth brand that you put out, right? You really enjoy it.
definitely. You know, that was the whole thing for me. Like usually when I used to drink vodka, it was like it was never smooth. It wasn't easy to easy to drink. But
Yeah.
the social house vodka, like they did a great job with making it smooth.
Justin will join us weekly. We'll talk about what's going on in sports and relive some of his glory days here at East Carolina as well. If you have a question, you can get it into us on X, and we'll pass it along to Justin. But have a great week, Justin. We'll check in with you next week. Talk with you more, man.
Sounds good. Talk to you soon.